Have you ever wondered if a single bottle of perfume could change someone's life? Not because of how it smelled, but because of who happened to wear it. Sometimes, history isn't shaped by grand inventions or world-changing discoveries. Sometimes, it begins with one unexpected encounter on a summer holiday. This is the story of a fragrance that was never meant for the world. Our story begins in the south of France during the summer of 1937. Albert Fouquet was a young French aristocrat with a passion for perfumery. Creating fragrances wasn't his profession. It was simply something he loved. In his spare time, he carefully blended essential oils into a scent so refined that he wore it only for himself and occasionally shared it with close friends. Then one summer evening along the French Riviera, everything changed. Among the many visitors enjoying the French coast was a young American named John F. Kennedy, years before he would become the 35th President of the United States. Legend has it that Kennedy caught the scent Albert was wearing and was immediately captivated. Before returning home, he asked if he could have a sample of the mysterious fragrance. Back in France, Albert prepared a bottle and sent it across the Atlantic with a handwritten note that playfully read, "In this bottle, you'll find a dash of French glamour that your American personality lacks." Not long after, another letter arrived. Kennedy thanked Albert for the fragrance and asked if he could send 8 more bottles and, if possible, one for Bob. Bob was Robert "Bobby" Kennedy, John's younger brother. Inspired by that simple request, Albert labeled the shipment 8 and Bob, a name that would eventually become one of the most recognizable in niche perfumery. As the story goes, World War II soon interrupted production, making the fragrance extraordinarily rare and adding even more mystery to its growing legend. Decades later, the scent was revived, allowing a new generation to experience the fragrance that, according to the legend, quietly found its way into the hands of some of the world's most influential people. Even today, that sense of history lives on in its presentation. The bottle is intentionally understated, clean, classic, and elegant, letting the fragrance speak for itself. But it's the signature book-inspired box that truly stands out. Designed to resemble a vintage book hiding on a library shelf, it's a tribute to the story that Albert Fouquet's precious fragrance had to be discreetly concealed inside hollowed-out books while it was being transported during the war. Whether fact, legend, or a blend of both, the packaging beautifully reminds us that some of the greatest stories are worth preserving. It opens with sparkling citrus and aromatic herbs that feel crisp, fresh, and incredibly polished. As it settles, smooth spices, creamy woods, and warm amber create a refined elegance that's never loud or flashy. Imagine someone wearing a perfectly tailored linen blazer while strolling through the French Riviera on a sunny afternoon, relaxed, confident, and quietly unforgettable. So whenever you spritz the original by 8 and Bob, remember that you're wearing more than a fragrance. You're wearing a story of chance, craftsmanship, and a handwritten request that transform a personal creation into a lasting legend. And while the story has traveled across generations, the story that matters most is the one you create the moment it touches your skin. This is me reminding you all to always test before you invest. And this advice goes beyond just perfumes. If you know, you know. See you in the next video.